All right, everyone, get ready. Because today we're going to take a deep dive into some research that might just make you rethink the future of work, especially if you happen to be in the help desk world or consulting.
Yeah, that's right. And we're not just speculating here. We're actually going to be looking at a research paper from the Luxembourg Tech School where they actually put these LLMs to the test.
Oh,
They built these automated help desk agents,
okay.
and then they compared their performance to
So they
humans.
had like a control group
Yeah,
and everything.
exactly, like a real scientific study.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
What did they find?
Well, this is the crazy part.
Okay.
The AI agents actually outperformed the humans.
What?
Yeah, so we're going to break down how they did it and what this new benchmark they created called SelfScore is all about,
Okay.
and then what it all means for the future of these industries.
I mean, everyone always talks about AI coming for our jobs and stuff, but
Yeah.
I always thought, oh, well, I'm safe for now. I didn't think it would be help desk and consulting that would be first on the chopping block.
Well, that's the thing. This isn't just about answering simple questions like, what's your account number or
Yeah.
something. We're talking about tasks that require critical thinking,
Okay.
problem solving, and even a bit of that human touch we think of as essential for good customer service.
Like that empathy and
That's
stuff. Okay, well, before we get into the weeds here, let's just make sure we're all on the same page.
Sure.
I know our listeners are a pretty tech-savvy bunch,
Yeah,
but a quick refresher never hurts.
of course.
So we're dealing with LLMs,
Right.
those powerful AI systems trained on massive data sets of text and code.
Yeah, I think GPT-4,
Yeah.
but also some newer models like Mixed Role.
Oh, okay. Haven't heard of that.
Yeah, it's one of the up-and-comers.
Cool.
And from these LLMs, we
Yeah.
can build these automated agents.
Okay.
And these agents can understand and respond to user queries.
Mm-hmm.
They can troubleshoot technical issues and even guide users through complex processes.
So like those chatbots you see popping up on websites, but
Again,
way more advanced.
much more sophisticated, yeah.
Okay.
They can hold a conversation, adapt to different situations, and
Wow.
even learn from their interactions.
Okay, so then how do you measure how good they actually are at being helpful?
Right, because it's not enough for an AI to just like spit out information.
Yeah.
It needs to actually help someone solve their problem.
Right, exactly.
So that's where this self-score benchmark comes in.
Self-score.
That's what they're calling it.
Okay.
So self-score looks at a user's problem and assesses its complexity based on 3 criteria:
Okay.
critical thinking, error handling, and topic knowledge.
So it's like a difficulty rating for problems.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And self-score goes a step further.
Yeah.
It also measures helpfulness
Mm-hmm.
on both the user and the agent side.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So did the user ask a clear question?
Okay.
Did the agent provide clear and actionable instructions?
It sounds like they're trying to make sure the playing field is level.
Considering both the human and AI's ability to, actually communicate effectively.
Exactly, because even the smartest AI can't help if the user isn't giving it the right information.
Yeah.
And the most articulate user can't solve a problem if the AI's instructions are like totally confusing.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, this self-score, it's sounding pretty comprehensive.
It is.
So how did they actually put it to the test?
Yeah, how'd they actually test it out?
Well, they built these automated LLM agents
Mm-hmm.
using GPT-4 and 2 variations of Mixtral.
Okay.
And then they took questions from a massive data set of Stack Exchange forum posts.
Ah, Stack Exchange.
Yeah.
That's where I go when I'm pulling my hair out trying to fix something on my computer.
Right.
It's the ultimate test for any tech support agent,
Exactly.
human or AI.
Yeah, exactly. They fed these questions to their LLM agents and then compared their performance to the actual human responses from those same Stack Exchange threads.
Oh, wow.
So it was really AI versus human in a head-to-head battle of helpfulness.
And you said the AI agents won.
And we'll hear how that all played out.
Well, we'll get into the specific results later.
Okay.
But let's just say the researchers uncovered some pretty surprising findings.
All right, you've got me hooked.
Good.
But before we jump into those results,
Yeah.
let's just take a quick step back.
Okay.
Kind of set the scene here.
Sure.
We all know technology has always disrupted the job market.
Mm-hmm.
The Industrial Revolution, the rise of computers, and now AI.
Right.
The constant evolution.
It is a constant evolution. And what's really interesting about this current wave of AI
Yeah.
is that it's not just automating these like manual tasks anymore.
Okay.
We're talking about potentially automating jobs that require complex thinking, problem solving, even creativity, things we used to think were uniquely human.
Which brings us back to that initial question. Are LLMs coming for your job?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
And this research certainly provides some food for thought, especially for those of us in the tech world.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Definitely does.
Welcome back, everybody. So before the break, we were just about to get into like the nitty-gritty of how those LLMs actually stacked up against their human counterparts
Yes.
in the help desk arena.
You mentioned the AI agents came out on top.
They did.
So spill the tea. How much better did they actually perform?
All right, well, hold on to your hats because
Right.
the results were pretty striking.
Okay.
Remember those 3 LLM agents we talked about earlier? The ones using GPT-4 and the 2 versions of Mixtral,
Yeah.
all powered by a RAG.
Mm-hmm.
They were really the stars of the show,
No.
with final self-score averages in the high 20s.
Out of
Possible $100.
it's not exactly a perfect score.
Right.
Where did the humans land on this scale?
That's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
The human baseline clocked in with an average score of just 23.12.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying the AIs, even with scores in the 20s, were judged more helpful than the real-life humans
Yes,
who actually solved those tech problems on Stack Exchange?
that's precisely what the data shows.
Wow. Okay.
Now it's important to remember
Yeah.
that self-score isn't just about finding the right answer.
Right.
It's about the entire interaction,
Okay.
analyzing those 3 key components we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Critical thinking, error handling, and topic knowledge.
Right. It's about the journey as much as the destination.
Exactly.
You could have the right solution, but if you can't explain it clearly or guide the user effectively, that's not very helpful.
Exactly. And this is where the AI agents seem to have excelled.
Okay.
They were consistently rated as more helpful in their responses,
Interesting.
meaning their instructions were clearer, more concise, and easier for users to follow.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Since LLMs are trained on massive amounts of text data,
exactly.
they're practically experts at distilling complex information into digestible chunks.
Right. It's like they've studied the art of clear communication,
Yeah.
whereas us humans, we tend to stumble a bit more.
Yeah, no, I do.
I think we all do.
Sometimes I over-explain things or, I assume people know more than they do.
Right. We can over-explain, go off on tangents, or make assumptions about what the user already knows.
Yeah, sure.
LLMs, on the other hand, tend to be more direct and to the point.
So, in a sense, they're less prone to those human quirks that can muddy the waters of communication,
Exactly.
especially when you're trying to, walk someone through a technical fix.
Precisely. But before we get carried away declaring the AI revolution is upon us,
Okay.
let's dig a little deeper
Yeah.
into those 3 key areas that self-score evaluates.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Starting with critical thinking. What did the researchers observe there?
Yeah, because solving a tech issue isn't always as simple as following a set of instructions.
Right.
Sometimes you need to think on your feet, analyze the situation, and maybe even come up with a creative workaround.
Yeah.
How did the AIs measure up in that department?
Well, the research doesn't explicitly break down the performance on each individual criteria,
Right.
but the fact that the LLM agents consistently outperformed the humans on the overall self-score suggests they were at least holding their own when it came to critical thinking.
So they weren't just blindly following algorithms. They were
No.
demonstrating some level of problem-solving ability,
Yeah.
adapting to different scenarios and coming up with solutions.
That seems to be the case.
Wow.
And remember, they were working with real-world problems taken from Stack Exchange.
Right.
So it wasn't a controlled environment with perfectly formulated questions.
Right. These are messy, real-life tech issues that often require thinking outside the box.
Right?
Pretty impressive for an AI.
Yeah.
What about error handling?
Yeah,
I imagine that's a crucial skill for any help desk agent, whether human or AI,
absolutely.
because things go wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to be able to recover gracefully.
You do. And while the study doesn't provide specific data on error handling, the fact that the AI agents scored so well overall suggests they were able to anticipate and address those inevitable hiccups along the way.
So they weren't just throwing their hands up in the air and saying error, error.
Exactly.
They were able to recognize when things went off track and then, provide guidance
Mm.
to get the user back on course.
It seems so.
Okay, that's good.
Now, the third area that self-score considers is topic knowledge.
Okay.
And this one's a bit more straightforward.
Right.
It's all about how much the agent knows about the specific subject matter.
Which is where our old friend Arde comes in, right?
There he is.
Retrieval-Augmented Generation.
Yeah.
essentially giving the AI access to a vast library of relevant information to draw upon.
Exactly.
It's like having the entire internet at your fingertips.
Precisely. And it seems that Arze played a significant role in the AI agent's success.
Okay.
By leveraging this external knowledge, they were able to provide more comprehensive and accurate solutions, even for highly specific or complex problems.
So not only were they communicating clearly and demonstrating problem-solving abilities,
Right.
they also had this deep well of knowledge to draw from.
They did. It's like having a superpowered tech support guru on call 24/7.
It really is.
Yeah,
And the implications of this are pretty profound.
they are.
But before we get into all that,
Yeah.
there are a few important caveats to keep in mind when interpreting these results.
Of course.
Okay, let's talk about those limitations.
Okay.
What are some of the things we need to consider before we all start handing in our resignation letters and letting the AI bots take over?
Well, for starters, this study focused specifically on IT-related help desk tasks.
Okay.
We don't yet know how well these LLM agents would perform in other domains.
Fair.
Fields that require more emotional intelligence, creativity, or complex human interaction might still be safe from the robot takeover,
Okay.
at least for now.
Right. So this isn't necessarily a sign that AI is better to replace all human jobs.
Right.
It's more about understanding where AI excels and where humans still have a clear advantage.
Exactly. And even within the realm of IT support, there are different levels of complexity. This study focused on relatively straightforward troubleshooting tasks.
Okay.
It's possible that for more intricate problems requiring deeper technical expertise, human specialists might still be necessary.
So it's not necessarily a case of humans versus AI.
Right.
It's more about finding the right balance,
Exactly.
figuring out where each excels, and exploring how they can work together to create something even better.
I think that's a key takeaway from all of this.
Yeah, I agree.
But before we get too deep into those philosophical implications,
Okay.
let's circle back to the results of the study.
Yes. Let's dive into some specific examples
Okay.
of how these AI agents actually interacted with users.
All right.
What were some of the standout moments that highlight their capabilities?
Well, one of the things that stood out to the researchers was the AI agent's ability to stay on topic and avoid going off on tangents.
Yeah, it's like they have this internal filter that just keeps them laser focused on the task at hand.
Right, which is something I know I could use sometimes.
Yeah. I could definitely use some help with that myself.
I think we all could.
So it's not just about staying on topic, though, right?
No, it's not just about staying on topic.
What else?
The researchers also observed that the AI agents were pretty good at anticipating potential follow-up questions
Okay, yeah.
and proactively providing additional information.
So instead of just waiting for the user to ask, okay, what do I do next?
Yeah, right.
They were already one step ahead,
Exactly.
offering guidance and anticipating those next steps.
It's like they have a crystal ball or something.
Yeah, like a mind-reading tech support agent.
It does seem that way. And this ability to anticipate needs and proactively provide information, that's something that could be valuable in a wide range of applications.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Not just in help desk scenarios.
I'm already picturing an AI assistant that can help me draft emails, schedule appointments, and even remind me to pick up milk on the way home.
Right, like a personal assistant.
Yeah.
That actually knows what you're thinking.
Before I even do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This be amazing.
It's the dream, right?
It is.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, wow.
As these LLM models continue to evolve and improve, we can expect to see even more impressive capabilities emerge.
It's both exciting and a little bit daunting to think about
It is.
what the future holds.
Yeah.
But I think one thing is clear. We need to start thinking differently about the relationship between humans and AI.
Absolutely. It's not about replacing humans with machines.
Right.
It's about finding ways to leverage the strengths of both
Yeah.
to create something even better.
So instead of fearing the AI takeover, maybe we should be embracing it
I think so.
as an opportunity to enhance our skills, streamline our workflows, and free up our time to focus on the things that truly require human ingenuity and creativity.
I couldn't agree more. And I think this research provides a really valuable framework
Okay.
for thinking about how we can integrate AI into our work in a way that benefits everyone.
It's like a roadmap for navigating this new landscape of AI-powered productivity. Exactly.
So for all our listeners out there who might be feeling a little anxious about the rise of the machines, take a deep breath and remember, AI is a tool.
It is.
It's up to us to decide how we use it.
Well said. And as with any tool, the key is to use it wisely, ethically, and with a clear understanding of its capabilities and limitations.
It's all about finding that sweet spot where human intelligence and artificial intelligence can work together
Yeah,
in harmony.
I agree. And who knows, maybe that collaboration will unlock possibilities we haven't even imagined yet.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
The future is full of surprises.
Well, on that optimistic note, I think it's time to wrap up our deep dive into the world of LLM agents and the future of work.
It's been a fascinating journey.
It really has.
And for all our listeners out there,
Yeah.
we encourage you to continue exploring this topic.
Mm-hmm.
Read the research, ask questions, and most importantly, don't be afraid to experiment
Yeah.
and see how AI can enhance your own work.
Because the future is not something that happens to us. It's something we create.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And it's up to all of us to ensure that it's a future where humans and AI can thrive together.
Beautifully put. And on that note, we'll leave you with this thought to ponder.
Okay.
What role do you want AI to play in your own work, and how can you start shaping that future today?
Until next time, keep those brains buzzing and those algorithms humming.